Hello. Today I want to go over sales organizations in SBC. Which going to be some changes, not in the near future, but sometime down the road, where groups are going to be eliminated in SBC, Spider Business Center. And I just wanted to get ahead of that and create sales organizations for those of you who already have groups set up. So here is the Spider Business Center login screen. I'm just going to log into a demo of a sales organization that I set up. Most of you have groups. I've already set the sales organizations up for you, so you shouldn't see anything different other than a couple of things that I'm going to show you today. The first thing you're going to see here is the users in your group. Most of them have a subscription already, but as administrators, you'll be able to go in here and edit whatever you want to for these credentials. Make sure you have a valid email address in there. This is the email address that will receive the renewal notices and also the notices of outages or whatever is going on with the RTN. Valid phone number is always nice. If I'm getting an error message from this user, I'll reach out and call them to see if we can get it turned off. A lot of times people leave their equipment turned on overnight, stick it in a closet, and I'll get an error message every second. So I try to get those stopped if I can. And those are the two methods I use, email or phone call, to do so. You'll see your sales organization here. This should already be filled out for you. Most of you only will have one anyway. Your dealer, that should also be populated, so you don't have to do too much other than pick the one that you already have. Your user code, just match what you've been using on previous users. For the most part, you're going to have surveyors, constructions, ag users. That's what the S, the C, and the A will stand for. P stands for private, and 1 stands for in-state or out-of-state. That's just a code that we use for graphing usage at the end of the year that I share with my supervisor, which helps out with legislation funding this RTN to keep it up and running for everybody. I'd like for you to fill out the address and city and state. You don't have to. I'm not going to mail you anything. It just kind of helps me realize where people are in case I need to use them for help or something like that. Number of licenses. I recommend using, since you have control of creating as many users as you want with the sales organization, I recommend keeping 1 license per user. So 1 username and password per user. That way we can keep track of everybody. Receiving text messages, that's totally up to you as well, if you want that or not. So we'll go ahead and I'll go up here and check out the subscriptions. So as you can see, this person has a subscription. I'm going to expire that just to show an example of how to renew these. The other thing with this number of license, if you change the number of license here, like I said, keep it at 1. This is the actual number of licenses that will increase that username availability on the rover side. But let's keep this at 1 and just create a new user if you need one. So I'm going to hit save and close. I'll go back into that SBC 10 like I just showed you there, and you'll see that the subscription was expired. Go back to show you that that's cleared out. So this is your individuals. This is everybody in your sales organization. The service data will show you the subscriptions. As you can see, that SBC 10 is expired. These are all active. Now I can't simulate the 14-day grace period, but this is kind of what it will look like. You get an email saying such and such as username is going to expire in 14 days. This will still look green, but you'll have that renewal button up there whenever it's available in that grace period. Some of people have 30 users, some people have 90, so like one person has 190 some users in their sales organizations. So renewing these one at a time would be a pain. So what you can do is click on these toggles. And if you have multiple toggles, you click on this toggle. Let's just renew this one right now. Go up here to the action buttons, hit renew. It's going to tell you what's going to happen, hit close, and as you can see, SB10 is now renewed. You can check the expiration date here to see which ones are coming up. And let's say you have a bunch coming up, you got that 14-day email notice that you need to renew. Go ahead and check them all on, hit renew again. And if they need to be renewed, you'll get the action under the preview status here that's going to be renewed. None of these do, so we're just going to hit close. And that's the simplest way to renew multiple subscriptions in your sales organizations. I think you'll like this better. I don't think the group subscription was very useful as when the group administrator, the dealer administrator received that message to renew. So this should be a lot easier for everybody. When you'll see these group subscriptions and you'll see groups here. Like I said, they're supposed to be going away, so I would stay away from these groups. Just go ahead and add your individuals, just like we've been doing on, and like I showed you in the past, and everything should work fine. You'll still be able to see, I don't have anybody online today, but you'll still be able to see them on the rover status map. There's some tools here available. This will give you some information as to what's going on. Let's say, for instance, one of your users hopped on, they got their collector and they were messing around with the Ntrip username and password, and it's wrong. Well, go in here and you check out your Ntrip credentials, and you'll see that they have to be case sensitive, or maybe they changed one of these two. This is how you can investigate that. Otherwise, just give me a call. I can help you out anytime. I'm just kind of showing you what's all available to you here. So you have your sitemap. Our screen is good, like the other videos that showed. And I recommend sharing those videos on the RTN homepage with your users, even if they don't have too much control in this administration portion of the SBC account. But it gives them a sense of what to expect and some best practices in working with the RTN. Post-processing, as an administrator, you're going to have to sign into a user account in order to do Rhinex extraction or computation tools in SBC. This pretty much just gives you an idea of maybe what this person was downloading. I don't use this very much myself. You can mess around if you want to, but there's also auditing tools here as well to give you some insight of what's been going on the account. If you're the administrator, you're probably going to know what's been going on anyway, but just wanted to share that with you. So, short recap: your users, individuals, add a new user here. Go ahead, fill out the information like we just talked about. Your code, if you don't know what that is, look back on a different account, or just give me a call. We get that set up. The email address, you want that person to receive notices or the renewal notice, put that there. Everything else should be straightforward. At the subscription page, where you can keep track of active subscriptions, is the start date and the expiration date, probably what everybody's going to be worried about the most. So that is sales organizations, which is replacing the groups. Feel free, as always, to give me a call if you have any questions or concerns. Most people, or everybody who has a group right now, should be set up and ready to go for another 2 years. So just remember, this video is out there in 2 years when you had to renew. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.